This year has proven to be very good for a Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch. He was Khan. He was Julian Assange. Okay, that one let's just forget about. But you want to know what else he is this year? A big, scary dragon. Rawr. Cue title scene. Rather you call it Smaug, Smog, Smig, Smug, Smeggy, Smook, Smek. There is no denying that this is the second part of Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy, The Desolation of... I'm going with Smaug. That's what I keep hearing, so I'm just going to go with that. Sure. Now, for those of you who don't know, because I was not reviewing last year or during the Lord of the Rings films, I like the Lord of the Rings movies. I know a lot of people say that they're like the greatest achievements in cinema and they're the greatest film trilogy of all time. While I do not doubt that they are amazing and they are fun and they are action and adventurous, I've never felt that way about them. Maybe it's just because I wasn't really old enough to appreciate them when they came out. Maybe it's because, you know, I think there's way too much going on. Maybe stuff like that. But overall, I do think they're great films. I saw The Hobbit last year. I did not, unfortunately, see it in 48 frames, even though it kind of inspired one of my segments. But I did enjoy The Hobbit, and as for this movie, I loved it! Yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Hobbit trilogy, so far this has been my favorite of all our Middle-earth adventures. No one kill me for that! But I did enjoy this film. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was amazing. It's one of those movies where it's just fun and exciting, and we've needed that this year. I've enjoyed a lot of movies that came out this year. Not everyone has. If you're someone who's kind of skeptical, see this movie. It will restore your faith in 2013. Yeah. There are some negatives, though, and I just want to get those out of the way. Legolas is back, Orlando Bloom's character. Another elf, played by a chick whose name is too hard to pronounce, is in this movie. Are they shoehorned? Because I know they weren't in the original book for The Hobbits. A bit, but it's fun shoehorned. At no point was I ever like, Legolas, go away, or something hot elf, go away. I always enjoyed their presence. I always had fun with it. I did feel it kind of was a little just there for the sake of being there at times, though. Like the hot elf, she has kind of like a relationship with a certain dwarf going on, and that I felt didn't need to be there. I thought there's a lot of characters, but I don't really need all of them. I felt like even though it's Bilbo Baggins' movie, it wasn't about Bilbo Baggins for a lot of it, which wasn't too bad because the character it was about was really cool and really interesting. But it is kind of goes to a point where, come on, this is called The Hobbit. Show us the frickin' hobbits. But other than that, like, and the CGI at sometimes feels bad. Like, there's a couple scenes where Legolas gets CGI'd, and you could tell it was CGI. Some of the more, like, bigger monster stuff, you're like, those look fake. And all of that completely gets forgotten when we see Smaug. This performance was amazing, both from acting and design way. This is some of the best CGI I've ever seen. Smaug looks real. He looks like he could literally just come out of the screen and eat me, which says something, because I saw this in 2D, because nobody covers these glasses. But yeah, definitely, I was kind of worried that there might not be a lot of Smaug because of everything that's going on, but the minute Smaug is on screen, you're like, that's a dragon. That's what these movies should focus on. Focus on the Cumberbatch! And trust me, you definitely feel Cumberbatch in this role. I saw an interview where he talked about making the performance what it is. He put in a lot of work, and it shows. Every second of it, I'm like, this thing is scary. It's really hard to get into fantasy monsters and stuff a lot of times because they're not real, and we kind of know what to expect going into it. Dude, anything you've seen in trailers or on those airplanes that have Smaug on it, it barely scratches the surface. Smaug was amazing. He was awesome. He was scary. All the acting overall was good. The guy that got playing Bilbo is amazing. Ian McKellen is awesome as Gandalf the Grey. As awkwardly put in there as he is, Legolas's Orlando Bloom, or whoever these people are. They are all awesome. This film is amazing, except for the couple problems I brought up. This film is a 9 out of 10 on the fantasy film scale. This film was amazing. It was awesome. Couple of little things hurt it, but it's a trilogy, and even though a lot of people say the middle part of a trilogy is the best part because it's the part where you don't know what to expect, I'm always a big climax guy. So hopefully Hobbit 3 gets that 10 out of 10, and if it is even anything like this movie, I think it's going to get there. And do you think it's going to get there? Tell me what your thoughts on Hobbit 2 are. Tell me if you enjoy any of these movies. Tell me, yeah, here's an interesting one. Who do you think is cooler, Smaug or Khan? I don't know how to answer. I'm too psyched from this movie to even think unbiasedly about anything, which is why this is a review about The Hobbit. Yeah, and click on that subscribe button below, because I am happy, psyched, and knowing that you people care will only make me feel better. Thank you.